Good evening and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, we are done, and this is the last video on the Soviet T35 land battleship tank build. I went ahead and like I said, I had a little bit of artistic license in the camo scheme and in the final weathering and where I took this, because I know that in history, not many of these T35s survived very long. They were slow, they were cumbersome, they were complex, they were complicated, and as everybody knows, the battles that sort of marked World War II were much more rapid, and the type of armor and the concept of a land battleship really didn't work with the type of fighting that happened in that time frame. However, being the type of person I am and the fact that this is going to sit on top of my shelf, I wanted to go ahead and do a little bit of a what if, and let's say something survived into 43 and was used during the summer of 43, gave it some of the two-tone camo and made it look like it has seen some wear and seen some use. The Soviets, if that was the case, if this was something that had survived, it would be driven till it was done. And that was sort of the mindset of the Soviet Union in World War II is, the armored vehicles and so forth, the equipment they had was built to be used until it was no longer useful. And then, you go and get another one, like the T-34s, there were, how many of those in the battles or throughout the war theaters. And really it was, drive the T-34 till it broke down or blew up and was knocked out, go get another one. And this one sort of follows that mindset, right? So this is something that has so far survived, and it has gotten to whatever point in time that, I kind of like, and it's got some wear on it, but it's not, it's not gone. So I got to play around some weathering techniques and so forth, gave it the Soviet motto and so forth. The model kit. The kit was fun. It goes together well. There are some gotchas that we ran into, and I've posted those in various videos as we built this. The kit itself, though, is really nice. I'm very happy with the final subject and how it all came out. I enjoyed building this. There was no point where I was frustrated. There were some parts that are moderately tedious, like all the stuff underneath here. And then making the decision on how I wanted to go with the paint job, because you really, with this, to get to the tracks and get to the wheels and so forth, you sort of have to make a decision at about the 2/3 waypoint as far as what you want to do with your paint scheme, and then you have to go with it, right? You have to make your decision and go. This particular one, once I made my decision again, I was able to pick up steam again and move forward. There's a lot of these little tiny pieces here. If you're fumble fingered like me, you got big fat ham hock fingers, are somewhat challenging to build without breaking. Some of these pieces fit okay. You kind of need to be a little careful as you're putting them on. I really like the thickness of a lot of the casting. It's very true to scale, and it looks good, right? So the kit from Zvezda, I like it a lot, and I had fun building this one. I do have a couple little tiny bits here, but as far as I'm concerned, this kit is now finished. I'm going to have it sit on my shelf. I didn't need to glue down the turrets, so they're removable. Obviously, if I want to pull this out, I can. If you so desire, there's a lot of opportunity to detail up the inside and so forth. You could leave this hatch open. You could leave that hatch open. It's not super detailed on the inside, so there's some more work you would have to do to make that work, but it's doable. However, this is so you do have the whole breech in here. If you wanted to work that, it's up in there. So if you do leave the hatch open, you can, and you can get a decent view down in there. These other ones, not so much, and they don't have a good interior to show off, so they really kind of need to be modeled closed unless you want to do some scratch building. For the most part, though, the detail on this is really nice, and I'm quite content with what I got out of it. Like I said, excuse me. There's a few little things that I still need to do to go back and redo on this that just I'm noticing as I'm talking about it, like something came loose or needs to be touched up. But in general, we are at the. I'm going to kind of fiddle with it, but put it away soon. And I just wanted to go ahead and get the finished product out so that I could move on to the next product, or the next project that I end up doing on YouTube. So I hope that this little build series was useful and enjoyable, and folks enjoyed found what I did to be helpful. I cannot recommend this kit high enough. I like it. I've put together armor kits before that were the plastic was thick, a little bit challenging to put together. Fitment was meh. There's some little tricks to it, but for the most part, they go together very well. The detail is really nice. I'm quite happy with it, and it gives me a good finished product. And if I want to go ahead and come back and do some more painting and blending and weathering and so forth to sort of smooth out some of the other little details, I can. And I really can come away with a really nice kit. Now, my skill set isn't anywhere near as good as some of the tankers that may see this at some point. So all you guys who really go into town on this, we'll find detail here or there that might need to be corrected. But for the most part, the average modeler who's enjoying building and so forth, I think you'll enjoy this kit. I did. So with that is the Soviet T35. I hope you enjoyed the build series, and until next time, happy modeling. Take care.